It turns out Moonlight, like Weimaraner gray,
Uh-huh.
still better than whatever the hell Wade is.
Oh, okay.
Why do you do this to me? Welcome back to BoomerRexTonight, your nearly daily source for news and politics, and apparently asshole can't wait to get his point in, whatever that might be.
Fair enough. I didn't want him to stroke out.
But first, let me introduce Mr. Boomer Rex himself.
Good evening, and we'll talk about dog colors in a minute.
Oh yeah, no, that was the
Asshole.
best. Seriously, like she used to be moonlight colored, like
I
you
know.
couldn't tell.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, it's like all earth dirt, same ass color under moonlight.
And I am RisenLadyHeathen. Now, before we do anything else, I just want to say we have received a couple of private messages on Facebook.
Hey Facebook kids.
Yeah, so I just want to say thanks for reaching out to us. So he just asked who I am because I've been sending out tons of invites. And I said, we are a small podcast getting started. Sorry if I bothered you. And he
You
said,
said invites attached to a picture of a redhead.
not a problem. I just didn't know if I knew you. And I said, LOL.
Or no.
Nope. Just trying to grow our viewers. Thank you for your understanding. I'd love it if you'd listen to our show. If you like it, please share with your friends. If not, no worries. Hope you have a wonderful holiday season with some smiley faces.
They would have seen some sort of weird Boomer Rex picture, right?
Well, potentially.
Okay.
So I want to go back and talk about dog colors,
Oh yeah.
because we have
How are you? And a little dude waving hi.
Good, how are you?
And I said, good, how are you? And I sent the Inigo Montoya saying hello there.
Fair enough.
Cool.
And then he
You
tagged
just
us.
threatened him.
He tagged
with
us
a
in a
Spaniard.
story. So cool.
Okay.
Is it a good story?
Well, it had like a cool song to it. So
All right.
I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know. Yeah, it was really neat.
Nice.
So thank you.
yes,
Yeah. So
Wow.
we've just been having a lot of
two
fun.
respondents. I love it.
Yeah. No, it's pretty cool.
Excellent.
Now let's dig in. Chinese
I thought
authoritarian.
we were going to talk about dog colors.
Veto! Dog color!
Yes, we have.
Sunday.
We have
Monday.
a chocolate brown lab who has discovered that he can get out of the fenced yard, and so at some point tonight,
I'm gonna shock him so bad I get.
we're going to
all
burn
the
some
bone.
fur off him with a training collar.
They're not gonna hurt him.
no,
He's gonna have
like-
plenty of options to do the right
This is
thing.
like parents kicking back, going, you know, when you get to whack them when they're bad, like they're reaching out, they're good. Like you can't jam your hand in the garbage disposal.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
you can't touch the stove. You can't
Yeah,
put your hand
like-
in boiling water.
Yeah,
You
agreed.
smack that hand.
Like I'm not
Yeah.
saying drop
It's an
bows.
automatic-
I'm going to point
on your
out.
children
I'm going to
or
point
pets.
out that one encounter with the dog training
Yeah.
collar made the Doberman ignore chickens for 9
Years.
months.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but the problem is we need to be able to see said dog running around, and it turns out it's easier to see
Yeah.
than an old Weasel we had, which was absolutely the color of moonlight and bloody well invisible.
Yeah.
Under the full
Well,
moon.
and she was this brownish ash gray in the light.
Yeah.
That was very nice and very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
And then you would realize she was standing in front of it was just such floating ass eyes.
Yeah. It was.
And like the shadow of underdog. Like that was
Yeah. No, she was breathtakingly hard to see in the moonlight. So anyway, that was the dog colors.
we learned this because as children we used to run around and hunt my dad in the yard. And we'd sometimes use the dog because we're cheating ass Americans.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
So now we can talk about Chinese authoritarian soup, right? Which leaves you
my
hungry
God.
for freedom within an hour.
This makes
Yeah.
me think about that time they botched the execution to harvest skin. Like the idea of Chinese and soup.
Chinese tennis star Peng Shuai
yes.
has retracted her statement that a former top Chinese official
What she said was
sexually
never
assaulted her
that she
in a video which was greeted with skepticism.
She never said
Really?
the word sexually
Greeted with
assaulted. I stopped trying to get one of our friends killed.
So.
Everybody. Yeah, it's China. They're not kidding. Yes, they have her. Yes, she said whatever she was told to say.
Absolutely. So
But she
Freedom
We're
of
talking
country.
about one of the disappeared Chinese
not disappeared.
billionaires we
She's
were
the-
talking
no,
about.
this is the tennis girl.
yeah.
Yeah, she
The
had been
Olympian.
disappeared
Yes,
and then
but-
reappeared. Yes.
Yeah.
I heard disappeared billionaires. And no, it's
Yeah.
worse than that. This is...
So again, if you were looking for freedom, you wouldn't look for it in China. And of course, they've now held their...
When did we ever stop saying that? No, this,
Oh,
look,
the Chinese
it's one thing
want
that
to be
America
considered.
completely and abjectly dropped the ball because they're like, oh, Russia's done, so everything will get easier by whatever fraction. And oh no, turns out Russia held together a whole Russia worth of crazy.
Yeah. No, we need to understand that the Chinese are absolutely as authoritarian as Hitler's crowd ever were. So they held
Socialism.
so-called patriot elections in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Where only those who had been cleared by the party were allowed to run. And so instead of getting 65 or 70% turnout, they got 30% turnout.
Yeah.
Why vote if your vote's not going to be counted? So
Why give credence to an election
that means nothing. Yeah.
And the answer is because otherwise they obviously win, but I don't know.
There was no opposition.
My country's going to collapse a whole different way. I have nothing to tell you, Hong Kong. I'm sorry the British gave you back, kind of. But I also agree all the reasons Britain had any kind of any European country ever had any kind of in perpetuity. That
Bullshit,
probably
yeah.
wasn't freely negotiated, was
that
it?
probably wasn't okay.
So anyway,
Sign the thing and you get the kids back.
Are we going to talk about Joe Manchin still being a dick now?
I want to talk about his threat to become a Republican.
well, but he and Joe Biden spoke Sunday. And so there's this glimmer of hope. And I'm sitting there going, how many times are you guys going to fall for this football?
Joe
So-
Manchin, you're a piece of shit and I hate you.
Fair enough.
Anyway. Says the call was cordial and the two kept the door open to further negotiations.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, again,
Yes,
as we said
Manchin-
the other night, they're going to
no,
negotiate
I've got
down
it. Hold
till
up.
business
Pause.
daddies
Time
get
out.
everything they want.
Nope. I've got it. Joe Brain Sanders is right. We're gonna fuck him. We're gonna do each fucking policy vote. Should we extend the child tax credit for 1 year? Yes, no. Should we do this?
love that.
Yes, no. For
Just get
1
him on
year.
record and
Make
campaign
all
against
of
him.
it for 1 year. Make
Yeah.
all or 2 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Make this the first step on the drumbeat to elect us a national. We need 60 Democrat senators. I have no idea what that means in terms of fighting historical trends versus no. I'm gonna need to beat not only that.
Well, but Joe
Also
Manchin's
gonna
a
need
pretty good stereotype for what you need to be.
I don't want to
Right,
make
give the bosses a tax break because that'll mean they give us bigger donations, and he's the standard.
I know too much of the history of literally West Virginia's third floors to talk about bosses that way.
So
I can understand why West Virginia ever threw a disruption so bad we had to call the army in because what Joe Manchin state's bosses used to do, it's not criminal. I'm not sure it's human.
I know. So anyway, Joe Manchin is trying to string the Democrats out a little further,
It's like
thinking
claiming
that's
his
going to
yacht
make
is a
him look good.
houseboat. Sorry, I have
Right.
apparently a lot of venom.
I haven't seen a picture. It could be a houseboat.
Hey,
It's
Joe
really
Manchin,
not.
Is it?
if you
Okay.
want me to
Hold
stop
up.
talking shit about you, you should buy me
Oh,
a,
yeah.
a blimp that I can name Yacht.
No.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
No.
in.
Do it.
Buy our
That's extortion.
NFT.
He's not
Don't
gonna,
ask
so
for
I'm
that.
gonna keep telling him to fuck off.
It's a donation.
It's aggressively a donation.
I don't think it worked out last
For
time.
my
the other ones
goodwill.
tried it. Brain. Camera images.
Yeah, can you imagine how
So-
mad he would be if we spirited away women so they can get free, health care? Yes, brilliant.
Yeah, that's yachtish.
I've been on smaller ferries.
Yeah. So anyway, speaking of about goddamn time.
Hold on. Boomer Rex is about damn time.
Yeah.
That's what this
Oh,
is about.
Well, this is
Boomer
all
Rex
your
is
fault.
about
This is where we
goddamn time.
microperforated,
Fine.
not when you were saying crazy shit about Kanye or the other thing a minute ago.
Huh?
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 I don't know.
So anyway, a man who joined the mob in one of the most violent attacks on police during the January 6th armed insurrection This is the one that took place in the tunnel.
I'm really
So
a
there-
child of the 80s. When you said he joined the mob, I was waiting for
Okay.
who's it
Oh.
still thing, the other guy.
So anyway, on Monday, he was sentenced to roughly 4 years in prison.
Nice.
He wrote an apology letter to the officer who he assaulted. Of course he did.
Of course it did.
You know, they always are sorry after the fact. Expressed remorse for his actions. Yeah, I'm sure he did.
And I'm sure his lawyer told him to ASAP as well.
So the Justice Department.
I think we're seeing this exactly wrong. I think that there's a reason there's a white bias in special ops. It's because you have to be better than the middle class to go, I'm joining the military for an adventure. I'm going to shoot some motherfuckers, right? Versus a skill or anything else. I think we saw January 6th burn off a lot of the third and fourth born kids of...
Yeah.
Right, because there was realtors involved. There were people who had futures and shit. This wasn't dead enders. This wasn't people who really, right, they're relying on their church enough. They're afraid their church is going to be forced to do stuff that did. No, why? God. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, where do you get these idiotic ideas?
No. And so, like, I want to throw rocks. And then, like, yeah, of course he wrote a letter saying he felt bad. That's what you do.
Yeah.
How long do you want to be in a cage? You'll literally do whatever they tell you.
Yeah.
So anyway, the Justice Department recommended 4 years. The sentence was 3 years and 10 months, followed by 3 years of supervised probation.
Tell me more about the
Way
shit
to
he
go,
threw at
Judge.
people
Yeah,
and other
no,
things.
that's fine.
It was a poll and some other stuff, right?
I don't think this is that one.
God damn it.
No.
But
Anyway,
No, these are he
Yeah.
made it all the way down to the tunnels. Like this was
okay,
a
no,
truly
yeah,
dangerous.
nope, I get it. Yep, no, you're a Vanguard shithead, not the group.
Yeah.
The like, you're that level of hard charger.
Well, and he might have some information as to how they knew how to get
Yeah,
down
no,
there,
and
and
we'll find
so
out.
he might have traded some of that for
Yep.
a less
squeeze them in all the things. But again, that's what makes.
and the maximum sentence they could have asked for was 20 years.
Yeah.
So it sounds like
No,
he-
these aren't the ones I
let
want
out,
getting 20
yeah.
years yet. There's
Yeah.
a
We'll get to it.
yeah. No, it looks all the world like we flipped the head of the 3%ers.
All right. So tell me about this. A bridge too far.
A bridge too far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think this is,
Yeah.
got to explain to a guy that you sell bridges, you don't
No,
steal bridges.
Yeah.
wait, maybe hold on.
So anyway, there's an Akron Bridge. It's a Lego-like structure. It was once in the Middlebury Run Park,
Yeah.
and they did some restoration in the park, and they set it aside for a future project. And so this 63-year-old guy even had somebody come with a lift truck, right, to steal the bridge. Well, they caught him, and they're going to try him and so forth. I'm sitting there going, no. You don't steal bridges, you sell bridges,
Yeah.
right? Oh my God.
This is what pisses me off.
Anyway, the bridge is expected to be shipped back to Akron in the coming days.
Okay.
So, yep.
Sounds good. Let's move on to nearly nightly updates with Boomer Rex. We'll start off with the Michigan school shooting. What the fuck are
How
they
are there
up to
still
now?
more?
Again, I keep saying we're done with this, and then I find
Michigan,
something else
You
idiotic,
don't
right?
want them this much time on stage.
Yeah. So, lots of ominous rumors on TikTok and so forth, and these are almost certainly all fake, but you'd hate to be wrong about one, and I understand why school authorities are concerned.
I don't care. It's fucking China. We should call them up and go, hey. So when we ask you about, hey, who's this user?
Yeah.
I want you to give me information like I'm a department of China.
Yeah.
Right? So exactly where their GPS says they are right now.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
So anyway, that was bad enough, and I wouldn't have bothered to write that down, but it turns out there's a new TikTok challenge
Yeah.
encouraging
Oh,
students
God.
to make school shooting threats. And guys, go back to eating Tide Pods.
No,
for
this
God's
is the
sake.
slap a teacher bullshit. This is the break
No,
your stuff
don't
in
go
your
back to
school.
eating Tide Pods. How about we just don't do challenges anymore? I like that idea.
I'm fine with the ones who do this kind
It's
of
the
thing.
don't
eating
do
Tide
challenges
Pods.
challenge.
So-
Yeah, seriously.
God damn.
Don't-
Why don't do shit that... Who?
Just-
When did we have to tell them you never do what the internet tells you?
Well,
Yeah.
again, I don't feel like, because we were raised different about the internet, right? We were raised to be wary of it and to be careful. And if you're talking to strangers, like, don't give out your personal information, all kinds of shit. Nowadays, they don't care. They just tell everybody
The internet
everything.
should be viewed
Yeah.
like a broken electrical wire in your house.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes it powers the toasters. Sometimes it makes your grandparents believe that drinking bleach in Dallas will make JFK come back.
Sometimes it makes your parents believe that they need to put, bleach up your bum. Like,
Yeah.
it does
It's always
bad
about
things.
bleach.
people.
That's the thing. Somebody interview Big Bleach.
Yeah, bleach people should be, like, really...
Or
upset about this.
buy me a pirate ship.
It turns
Right.
out that's the new thing the Q-tards in Dallas are doing,
It
is
really
they're
is.
drinking bleach.
Oh, yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
been around for a while. Yeah, that's enough.
No,
No,
but
no,
they're beginning it. This is like the
This
people
is a
we've heard
ritual.
interviews about. Like
Yeah.
they're doing it for a communal bowl because apparently someone watched 13 Warriors in the last whatever the crazy sample set is. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
sure, whatever.
All right, what's going on with Omicron?
Nothing good. Just a guess.
So, you have to wonder how good our DNA sampling is, right? We know the U.S. has not been particularly good at that, but they're now claiming that Omicron has raced ahead of all the other variants and is now the dominant variant in the U.S.
What? Already?
already.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So,
So
now
again,
it's down to
we know
Delta.
how bad their DNA sampling is, right?
Yeah.
So I don't put a lot of trust in that number, but if that's the one they're getting from the hospitals in wealthy areas where they might actually do some DNA sampling, fine, right? So anyway, nearly six-fold increase in Omicron's share of infections in a single week.
Jesus.
Yeah, Omicron is really contagious. Okay. So anyway, the national rate suggests there are more than 650,000 Omicron infections in the U.S. last week. Whoa.
Yeah.
So you're saying we're all dreaming of an outdoor Christmas?
I'm saying shut your damn bubbles back down.
Yeah.
So,
Sounds like.
If you gotta
Yeah.
hang out, do it outside.
So we've been saying that COVID-19 is bad for sperm. Do you have some new numbers for us?
Oh no, I love this. You have to see the headlines and then you have to understand how let down you can feel, right? So the headline was that COVID-19 lowers sperm count and motility. Oh, wait a minute, right? So the anti-vaxxers are very specific and this makes them less fertile and less likely to have kids, and oh my God. Oh no. And it turns out within about 2 months, it kind of sort of goes away. On the other hand, hey, COVID, if you're looking for something really interesting to do, sterile might be amusing. So,
Yeah, no, I don't think that would be amusing because I don't want a breakthrough infection and then to suddenly become sterile. So let's not play that. Let's not play that card. A conservation group is suing the EPA over manatee deaths. 3 conservation groups have filed a notice on Monday of their intent to sue the EPA if it continues to ignore the water problems that are continually killing manatees and their habitats. in
do they
Florida.
suggest there's something straightforward that EPA can do to help?
Stop pollution, because right now the big polluters are what's causing the problem. So those big algae
Yeah.
blooms that they've been having, that's all caused by pollution.
Yeah. It's farm
100%.
runoff, that's nitrates, that's
Yeah,
sure.
okay.
But they don't have an actual
They
No.
want the EPA to start cracking down
Yeah.
and regulating this better,
Yeah.
which they're
Yeah.
obviously...
No,
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
So anyway,
I-
maybe it'll wake the EPA up a little bit.
Yeah.
But sure as hell, it'll give the Trumpistas a new argument that we need to continue the pollution, right? And manatees are not more important than merkins.
Well, American jobs
yes.
and the economy that builds them.
Yeah.
Because the bosses are nice enough to make the jobs because they can
Right.
tell where the value is.
So I got a couple pieces of good news here. Will Smith got together with Nat Geo to do a docuseries called Welcome to Earth. Fuck yeah, I'm all about it. I cannot wait to watch this. It's going to be amazing.
I thought he'd already
That sounds
welcomed
not
an
it, right?
alien to Earth.
Nah, I love that.
Yeah.
Those good things.
That's probably why
Yeah,
they
no,
chose it.
I'm sure.
Really hope so.
But I'm looking forward to that. So it's going to be like a nature adventure thing where
Okay.
he goes on adventures
Yeah.
and he narrates
Hell
the
yeah.
whole thing,
Yeah.
and it sounds exciting. So
Yes, it does.
I'm all about
And
it.
a good thing for him. I think he'll have a ball.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Assuming he
he's
doesn't
such
get
a wonderful
bitten by a
person.
boomerang.
No, he'll be
Or
fine.
killed by a stingray.
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't see that happening. Don't
We
touch,
never
don't
see
touch
it
the
happening.
Stingrays.
No one expects the Inquisition.
Biden, the Bidens welcome a new German Shepherd puppy home to the White House.
Don't
His
bite
name is
anybody.
Commander.
Commander.
Their other dog is staying at home now
Wasn't
due
that
to
their
a
old
couple
dog's
of
name?
incidents. No, the other one is, I forget the names of the other,
Fido.
but
Um,
whatever.
Yeah.
no, and you can understand that an old dog that
And
had
make
been
bites
raised
a
in
lot.
a
Oh, yeah, no.
familial
That's so
house
many more people.
would- yeah.
No, fuck off. That's too
Yeah.
many people for the yard dog to learn right
So
now.
Yeah, we
bringing in
had
a
a
puppy that'll be raised in
Yeah.
the White House and will get to
Yeah.
know.
It'll
being
be
around
surprised
the
later
people.
when there's
Not enough
nobody.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is fine. And the First Lady promises a female cat will be added to the family soon as well. So that's exciting. I can't wait
Very
to see
good.
what they end up getting and what
Yeah.
what her name is. So that's cool.
So we had a rescue Wiesla. That was the one that was the color of moonlight.
Fair.
That had come from a single family household. And we had a number of friends and so forth. And when you got more than 6 people in a room with her, she was dangerous. And it really was right at 6. 5 was okay. She could keep track of 5. 6 was beyond her capability, and she got very frightened and aggressive.
This was
Kinda
the
like
Weimaraner from the dude on the road.
What did I say?
You said Wiesel.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes,
Yeah.
Weimaraner. But it is also the Weimaraner
Yeah.
that was the color of moonlight.
Exactly. No, I'm saying that's how I knew because I was like, Wiesel. No, that's Jenny, and she was like dead plant orange. Good color. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
So 7 people dropped dead in a Minnesota home. So far, there's no obvious reason for the deaths. The bodies were found by family doing a wellness check after not hearing from the occupants of the home for a while.
CO2.
That's my thought.
I'm guessing CO.
Because
We'll see.
when they went in, you think if it was gas, they would have smelled
Yeah.
it. CO2 is kind of the only thing that you really got.
Yeah.
But then what caused it? Did they have a heater or something? Like, what's going on? So it's just very
Anyway,
strange.
we'll find out.
Yeah.
But no evidence of forced entry, no evidence of violence,
Yeah,
just
no
7
trauma,
dead people.
no trauma to any
Yeah.
of the. So they were just dead.
So, folks, you
Get CO2 detectors and keep them on.
Don't run.
there's no
station
reason
in a
not
small
to have a
spot.
CO2 detector. CO2 detectors are typically used for open flame heaters, like my buddy heater and so on. Carbon monoxide
Yeah,
is more
that's what I mean.
likely
Yeah,
to have
carbon
been.
monoxide.
But again, if you've got one that exhausts in any way, shape, or form into your house, right, you might need a CO2 detector as well, and you can buy them. Right. So, anyway.
Sounds good. So let's move on to Risen's Cross-Examination Teen Vogue Edition Part 7.
All right.
We're running out of questions, so we're going to make these last.
Okay.
What's the most unexpected or unusual thing on your bucket list?
I want to go bungee jumping.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Well, screw you.
Right. Parachuting's not that exciting. It's
I
the
was
only-
I was just about to say. I
some
would-
wingsuit bat shit, but
Yeah. No, I would like to skydive, and I don't mean in a tandem jump.
yeah.
Right.
I guess we're going north.
Yeah.
Let me think. What would be unusual or unexpected on my bucket list? Because I already said I want to go to Machu Picchu.
Yeah.
Everybody knows I want to go to Japan.
Yeah. Grappling hooks don't work with human physiology.
All
You'll just
depends on
yank
how
your
sharp
arm-
they are.
It'll just tear your arm right off.
Nice piece.
You're not going to Batman or Spider-Man your way anywhere. It's going to rip your arm off at the elbow.
Okay.
And then you're going to fall into ass first into a taxi.
Unexpected or unusual thing? Fuck, I got nothing. I mean, I'm a pretty open book.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and the only reason I thought of skydiving is that I was, jump qualified, which was fun. Jumping out of airplanes is cool. And skydiving, so from a much greater height with a much longer flight time at the end, if the winds are okay, and a much gentler landing.
That's more my
Would be a
thing.
lot of
Is I'm at the point of can I hang glide off a plane? I want some real hang time. I want to have packed a snack.
I think it'd be fun to do the thing where you're behind a boat in a parachute.
Or the jet cuffs. Those look interesting.
That might be
Yeah.
neat.
So now you've given me a whole new list of them.
Yeah. No, that's me in the wingsuit. But I can do the wingsuit in one of the wind tunnel pretend things with a big screen. Because I don't as close as I want to get to the ground. I also want to be at speeds. If I touch it, I die, and I'm not going to do that.
No, it'd be just like me with a motorcycle.
Yes. No.
No, but I think one of those tricycle ultralights, right, with the flying wing, that could be fun.
This is why we gotta. Once I beat it, you can play Far Cry 4, where you just fly around in a gyrocopter and do things to people.
Cool.
And animals.
It'd be fun to go into a submarine.
Yeah.
And go under the
you
water.
You can do that. There are submarines.
Yeah. What's a value you're unwilling to compromise on? Did we do this one?
No. And somebody else answer it, and I'll try to piece together an answer.
Right to be a shithead, which is at least part of what makes a problem to really piss on the anti-vaxxers the way I really want to, because, damn it.
Honesty.
Yeah.
That is a value I am unwilling to compromise on. Absolutely.
I like that.
That's a reasonable one. So I think and again, we're not talking about little white lies.
No.
Yes, you look okay.
How much that matters?
Yes, you look okay in that dress. But
I would rather you be honest with me than to have me out and about in a shitty fucking dress.
But
yeah.
Now again, I can boil down the whole ass 10 Commandments to don't lie.
Yep, pretty close.
Because, if you tell a human, I'm going to kill you, and then you proceed to kill them, or they kill you, everybody was kind of honest in that conversation.
Yeah.
It's when we're sneaky and oh no, the poison was already in the glass, or 12 other human dissemblies that...
But the chalice from the palace has the brew that is true.
True.
What's your absolute dream job? Didn't we do... No, I think the other one was what if you could open a business, I feel like.
Sure.
But anyway.
Pretty close to the one I've got now.
Honey Badger Wrangler.
That sounds amazing.
That would be fun.
They're just thick ferrets.
I think my absolute...
We could be friends because we'd have grown up together and they won't bite me because I'll punch them.
I think my absolute dream job, 100%, would be working at an aquarium. That would be fucking phenomenal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck you too in your dreams.
Yeah.
If you could have a superpower, what would you choose? See, now we're at the superpower thing.
Be able to pull anything I want out of my pocket.
That's not superpower.
We have talked about that.
That's not a superpower.
No, that's if I had wishes.
Yeah, that's if you had wishes.
Because everyone makes this complaint right here. How is that not a superpower?
It's not a fucking superpower.
Fucking dog welder.
You're going
Dog welder.
What the fuck is
His power is he can weld a dog to you.
What?
Yeah, so fuck off. Pull shits out of his pocket man is absolutely in play if dog welder is a thing. DC Comics. I'm pretty sure. Hold on.
Yeah, this is
Oh no,
crazy.
it's for sure.
You would want to fly? You said one time you said you want to be a flying snake if you could be an animal. So
no, I mean,
what would your
superpower is hard because, my first flash is
dog wielder.
Weld. Seriously, he welds dogs to people. I didn't make this up on my own.
Okay.
That would make
No shit.
That would make most people better. So my first thought was, I want the ability to point and have people just disappear in smoke. So I can't have that one because I might use it.
Number.
Yeah. Control. Alt.
I wish this was a simulation.
I would like to be able to sort of wave my hand and disabuse people of
That'd be
the
nice.
nonsense
Just pick
that
them.
they have been,
Yeah.
So you want to be a Jedi?
Yeah,
This is
kinda.
not
yeah.
the news you're looking for.
This is not the conspiracy theory you're looking for.
No shit.
Yeah.
No, because we have
would be
real
a fun
ones.
one.
You now believe this conspiracy theory is bullshit, and you want to stop anyone else
I
from
want to do
believing
that.
it.
I want to do that
multiple
while they're on
facilities.
stage at one of the CPAC things or the, right?
I-
So that they have this epiphany
you-
on stage. That'd be so much fun.
So I think mine would be either something like teleportation or flying or talking to animals. It'd be hard to choose between those.
Yeah.
See, now I'm torn again. Go ahead. What's yours?
I want to pull anything I want out of my pocket.
Yeah, okay, fine. That might work. No, I'll just extend mine. I want
Gross.
mine to include a healing touch.
No.
So how about you just say you want Jedi powers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Problem solved.
Yes.
Okay, cool. He
Yeah.
wants to be a Jedi, folks.
This is not the
Jedi,
fatal disease you're
Jesus,
looking
It's
for.
pretty much the same. That's why it's literally the only series of movies I believe was actually written when the person who talks about it says.
Yeah.
Because that absolutely reads like a 13-year-old's idea of how like drama and intrigue works.
It was kind of fun.
Oh yeah, no,
Okay.
And our last question for tonight: what TV show do you turn on when you just want to zone out and feel better? I'm gonna say any anime. I usually go for Crunchyroll.
Okay.
Blacklist.
Crunchyroll is an anime service, people.
Yeah.
For anyone who's like, "What the fuck is Crunchyroll?" It's an anime streaming service.
God, am I a boomer?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why we love you.
I'm kind of torn between Bonanza and the not Mary Tyler Moore. What was the one before that?
Don't know.
What?
I'm not wicked old.
Oh, screw you.
The
Carol
Love
Burnett.
Boat.
Archie Bunker.
No.
Dobie Gillis.
With,
Chips.
oh God, no.
Just shouting old things.
I know you are. With Mary Tyler
Dragnet.
Moore and what's his name?
Cagney and Lacey.
Oh, the Beverly Hillbillies.
Cheers.
No.
Futurama.
The Black and White Addams Family.
Absolutely fabulous.
Screw you.
I'm not even shouting full things now.
RuPaul's Drag Race.
Did you really say the fucking Adams Family?
The
The
Black and
Munsters.
White
Yeah,
one.
yeah, the Monsters is okay.
Yeah, Munsters
do
ain't
that.
bad.
Okay. What was yours?
The Blacklist.
Nice.
Right up until the end. It's gotten weird recently,
Yeah,
but
that's-
All right, so we have more questions. We'll save them for tomorrow. The reason why tonight's is short is because
today's Talk for News. Go out and do interesting
That
things, the
too.
internet kids. Interesting non-criminal things.
Boomer's feeling a little under the weather, so we're gonna take tomorrow night off.
Yeah, we got the Omicron.
No, we don't. So
Galactus.
we will be taking
We
tomorrow.
could easily have the flu given the ineffectiveness of this year's.
Yeah,
Optimus Prime.
I'm willing to bet it's
Yeah,
just
I didn't
a
get a flu
regular old flu. But anyway, we'll-
Neither did I, apparently.
Bumblebee.
so tomorrow is
Blitz.
Wednesday.
Mouse.
Constructicons.
What's
Tomorrow
today?
is Tuesday.
Okay, so today's Monday. Tomorrow's Tuesday. So tonight's episode will be tomorrow, and then so we'll be back. We'll see you again on
Thursday morning.
Thursday.
Yep.
Alrighty. So we love you all. Thanks for hanging out with us again tonight, and we'll see you in a couple days on well, technically one day. We'll see you tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, on BoomerRexTonight.
If you play this backwards, you can find out which one of us is really dead.